Justin, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Hey, how you doing, Justin? How you doing? Hey, what's going on, world? My name is
Hey,
Kamal J. Pryor, aka Kwiz, or Kwizmatix, or Kwizmatix Inc. Think Quiz Entertainment, and I'm joined here by my junior CEO, Justin Patterson. Hey, Justin, say hi.
hey, Quiz.
What's going on, Justin? Nice to see you. Thank you for coming out here. And the reason I brought you all here today is because I actually want to do a Quizmax Presents Black on Black Business. And wait, hold on a second. I just want to put this out there. No, it is not a black on black crime for black people to inspire other black people to go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can hold the applause. Now, listen, I just really want to pretty much share with you the reason why I'm hosting this series right here. I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, New York, and when I grew up, I saw a lot of people with a lot of economic deprivation. There were a whole bunch of black people, and there weren't a whole bunch of black people in business. That's just the quite honest to goodness truth. So, Justin, let me ask you a question. First off, before I get into all of that, how about you tell people at home a little bit about yourself and what you do, all right, and then tell them a little bit about how we met and the type of encouragement I gave you when we first met, sir.
Okay. I'm Justin Patterson, Junior CEO of Kwizmatix Inc. And I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I'm currently in Georgia right now, and I'm going to college right now for I'm a junior pursuing my bachelor's in business management. That's a plus. That's good. And when I met Quiz, he pointed out what I was doing wrong when I was running my own business at home while I was I was working a job at night stocking, and I started trying to build my own business at home for myself because I got getting stressed out at night and doing school, it wasn't working out for myself. And Quiz pointed out what I was doing wrong. And that's how we built the connection once we started meeting and talking. And ever since then, hey, Quiz is the man.
All right. Hold on a second now. So when we actually met, I remember that you were doing a few things and you were making some mistakes, and I was really concerned about your credibility. You remember that, Justin?
Yes, I do.
All right, and the reason I was concerned about your credibility is because I was checking out the business that you were doing, and I was concerned about the business model, and I had actually learned a lot of lessons along the way myself. So just let you guys know at home, when I started actually really made the decision to start working for myself was actually really about the end of 2013, beginning of 2014. My grandmother had just passed away in 2013 around August. And I had a lot of nice discussions with my grandmother. And one of the things I told my grandmother is that, I wanted to be able to pursue, the things that I was interested in doing and basically, have her blessings to do such. And she pretty much said that, before she passed away, she said she had a lot of misconceptions about me. And she always said this one phrase. And I'm going to share this with you, Justin, because I never told you this phrase that she said. But my grandmother said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And what that made me think of was the goals, ambitions, and aspirations that I had when I was about 14, 15 years old in Jamaica, Queens. And I was always wondering how come I have all these people in my community, all right, and it seems like when I go to the mall, I don't see black people owning Macy's. I didn't see black people owning movie theaters and things like that. And we went to the Green Acres movie theater all the time. I just didn't see a bunch of black people elevating themselves out of their conditions. And I was wondering, is this just a condition that's unique to just the black race? And so for that, I always had these ideas in my head, like, what if I could start my own business? So I used to start doing sketches and graffiti and things like that. And I would always write KJP Enterprises. I even have a logo. Do you know I have a logo for that, Justin?
Yeah, I seen it. The banner.
No, you haven't seen that one. You saw my Kwizmatix Inc. logo, because this is the business I'm actually running now. But I actually had KJP Enterprises, which basically stood for my initials of my name, KJP Enterprise. I had like a little triangular banner. And it's always a dream of mine to actually run my own business. But then when my grandmother passed away, and I actually had to be faced with the fact that I was pretty much by myself, and she was one of the greatest inspirations that I had, then I realized that what she said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. So if I want to make that a reality, I have to make that a reality. Now, how that actually really affected you, Justin, is I made a lot of mistakes along the way. Trust me. I made a lot of mistakes around the way. I actually started working from home, and I was working for an employer, and I actually live in the state of Florida. Have you ever been to Florida before, Justin?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I have. I used to live in Florida when I was pretty little, when I was
All right,
young.
cool, cool. Well, you live in Georgia, and it's only one state away. And so the interesting thing is that it's not that much difference, kind of to a certain extent. In Florida, it's a right to work state. And I'm not sure if you know about that. My aunt kind of taught me about that, and my grandmother. Right to work state means they have the right to fire you at any given time. Is it like that in Georgia, Justin?
Yes, yes, it is.
Now, let me ask you a question. In Georgia, all right, in the community that you live in, is it predominantly black people living in the community that you live in?
Yes,
All right. All right. And it was a predominantly black community that you lived in when you lived in Brooklyn also, correct?
correct.
All right. Now in the community that you're in, all right, in the community that you were in, did you see a whole bunch of black people as far as like really take ownership and assert themselves as far as, owning it and being employers in their communities? Did you see a lot of that?
Oh no, I haven't. I haven't at all.
Well, I never really saw any of that. And years are going by, I'm a grown man now, and it's kind of still the same way. So when I got down here to Florida, I realized I was a little bit south of the Mason-Dixon line, and it was one year I got actually fired on December 26th when I had to put my resignation in because I was having difficulties with one of my employers. And I went from there, and I said, all right, that's fine. I bounced back. I started working for myself from home, was chaining my desk. And then when my grandmother passed away, I felt as though I was legitimately chaining my desk, and I had no reason to do all this stuff for somebody else when I could be doing it for myself. I just cut out my employer, and I actually had the courage to do that, and I could actually make the same money I was making for my employer for myself. And I mean, let me ask you a question. If you could actually start your own business, wouldn't that be more beneficial to you, Justin, or would it be more beneficial for you to go work for somebody
Oh,
else and make
oh,
their
of
dream a
course,
reality?
of course. Working for yourself is way better than working for someone else.
But it's not easy to work for yourself, though.
No, no, no. Nobody said it was gonna be easy.
All right, because it takes courage. All right. And so one of the first things I shared with you, remember I sent you to my www.kwizmatixink site. Remember I told you that? www.kwizmatixink.com. And you went to the site.
Oh
And
yeah.
what did I show you? What did I show you in that article, Justin?
The main part I love the most, the winner's circle. The winner's circle. Putting myself in the middle of a winner's circle.
All right. But before you got to the winner's circle, there was a whole article there, wasn't there, Justin?
Yes.
And what do you remember from that article that I wrote, basically talking about being a winner?
You basically were saying it's not gonna be easy to be a winner. It's gonna take hard work, dedication, and separating yourself from the crowd to become a winner. You're gonna do things that you never thought you're gonna be able to do, but once you put your mind to it, you can do it.
All right. Well, the thing about that winner's circle article is that the one thing that it's going to take is fortitude and
Yeah.
a commitment to completing your task. And that's not easy to come by. Now, you're the junior CEO of Kwizmatix Inc., and we've had a lot of conversations quite naturally, and we've even done some nice things on the internet before. But let me ask you a question. Do you know what inspired me to write that, Justin?
No, I don't. What inspired you?
What inspired me is the fact that it was difficult for me to transition from working from somebody who's working for somebody else that I knew I was going to get a check for to going out and trying to be an independent person who, if I did not produce, I was not going to eat. And it was developed by the fact that it was fortified by the fact that I made mistakes, Justin. I made mistakes. The first business I went into was a vacation travel business, and I had to really reassess. Had to assess things. I spent over $300 to start that business, and I had to spend XYZ amount monthly just to maintain that business. And in order for me to prosper for that business, I needed to go places and travel, which also costs money. And in business, the point of the matter is that you're going into business to make money, and you're going to have to spend some money realistically if you want to make a business succeed. And I was willing to take that risk. But see, I ended up becoming knowledgeable about wise individuals who had succeeded in business, and I found out that if you want to find out the difference between an asset and a liability, the most important thing for you to do is take a look at your bank statement. You know that, Justin?
You said look at my bank statement?
Yes. Take a look at your
Define.
bank statement. Look at your bank account. If you're spending money and you're not making money, then obviously It's not working out right for you, right?
Yeah. You're right.
People go into business to succeed in business. They don't go into business to fail. And that's when I realized how to analyze business models. Because what happens is that most people start a business, they're going to run to the bank and they're going to get a loan. And the thing I found in business is inconsistent. It goes up and down. But I'm going to tell you one thing that's not inconsistent is that bank loan. They want their money rain, snow, sleet, or hail. And so the thing is, when I spoke to you, I definitely want to prevent you from making a mistake like that, because the bottom line is I found it out not from black business owners, I found it out from Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban said that the worst thing that you can do in business, all right, if you really have a business that you really want to start your own, it's really your vision, it's really your idea, and it's your passion that you're pursuing, the worst thing that you could do is run out there and go get a loan to start it. And that defied anything I'd ever heard about business before. And I went to Howard University, a phenomenal, one of the top business schools in the entire country. And I never heard that before. And you know, Mark Cuban's on what is it, Shark Tank or something like that? Have you seen this program before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I watched that show.
Right.
I like it.
So it's safe to say, and he also owns the Dallas Mavericks. So it's safe to say that that man knows a lot about business, correct?
Correct.
Well, I will tell you this: I would take heed to somebody who's successful in business, more so than a person who's never succeeded at business, never tried to open a business on their own. You know, most of the time in my community, when I found out about what it took to build a business, I got bad advice by people who never started a business on their own, who never even attempted to start a business on their own, but they're quick to tell you about the reason why your business is going to fail. Do you know that, Justin?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Have you ever told, when you were trying to start your business, did a lot of people tell you that you were wasting your time?
Over and over, countless times.
They probably
It never
still tell you
stops.
that. They probably still tell you that.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Well, I got something else to share with you. A person who doesn't believe in themselves, all right, a person who doesn't believe in themselves is not likely to believe in much. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, there was a movie called The Pursuit of Happiness where Will Smith is with his son, and he says, never let anybody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. So I have news for you, Justin. Winner Circle was not something I developed because I wanted to write some fancy words. Every word on my page at Kwizmatixinc.com are something I passionately believe in. And I didn't even believe in myself when I first wrote it. It took me inviting somebody else to look at it, coming over to my house one day. All right. We were having a conversation about my grandmother being passing. And I said, I'm going to show you my website. And I sat down and looked at it. It was the first time I looked at it with a fresh pair of eyes. And I realized that everything I wrote was inspired. And it was inspired by all of the many defeats that you face in life. So the reason why I wrote the Winner's Circle is to let you know that just because you lose doesn't make you a loser. And just because you fail doesn't make you a failure. Because a winner is somebody who steps up to the challenge and accepts the challenge in the first place and commits themselves to victory. Now, sometimes you're going to make some mistakes along the way. And that's one of the reasons why you see that one passage on my page where I have Robert Kiyosaki, all right? Again, I just referenced Mark Cuban, who's not a black person, and I'm referencing Robert Kiyosaki right now, who's also not a black person, on a program called Black on Black Business. So understand that this is inclusive. This is not exclusive. It's because you have to follow people who succeed. And on that Robert Kiyosaki section, what does he say? He says there are 4 types of people in this world, Justin. He says there are 4 types of people in this world. He says there's a type of person that needs to be right. There's a type of person in the world that needs to be comfortable. There's a type of person in this world that needs to be liked. But if you're the type of person that needs to succeed in business, then you need to be the type of person that needs to win. And it registered. And it registered with me because if you need to be right, then you're never going to listen to anything anybody says. So in other words, when you're trying to succeed, you say, I'm going to do my business, and this person who's never even tried to start a business is telling you, no, you shouldn't do it, they need to be right. But not because they succeeded in business and they know what they're talking about. They need to be right because they didn't have the heart to do it, and they don't need you to have the heart to try to do it because they don't want you to feel the same frustration that they feel, or maybe they do, but they don't know it because it's subconscious. So the bottom line is you have to tune that person out. Because if you want to succeed, you're going to have to acknowledge the fact, well, you know what I always say, right, Justin? Justin always say, I like to look the elephants in my room directly in the eye. Because if
Oh
you don't look
yeah.
them in the
Oh
eye,
yeah.
they're going to start breaking China, right? So I need to look them in the eye to figure out what it is that I'm doing wrong. And I do that all the time. And I say that, and I encourage people to do that in my meetings all the time. Do I not, Mr. Patterson?
You do. You do.
Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying all this just to run on and run on and run on and run on. I'm saying it's because there's somebody out there that needs to be comfortable. And now you're from Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
Initially, you're from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens, coincidentally. BQE connection. Look, check it out. Now, in these communities, they're urban communities with tons of black people out there, right? And we see tons of people who are very comfortable doing the same things over and over and over again. And a lot of these people, the majority of them, are broke. Am I correct, Justin?
You're correct.
And there's nothing wrong with being broke, and there's nothing wrong with going out there and getting a job and working if you want to work at McDonald's or Wendy's. If you don't have any control of your economic situation, that's fine. But most people are just comfortable. If the house was burning down, they'd still be sitting on the couch. Because they're not going to get up because they're in the middle of watching Housewives of Atlanta, right? Or Love and Hip Hop, or whatever the program is, that's what they want to watch. So that's the reason why they're not going to succeed, is what Robert Kiyosaki is saying, because they're not going to get out of their comfort zone. And they're not going to put forth the effort to work to get to where they need to get. So they're not going to do good in business. And then about that person that needs to be liked. Well, let me ask you a question, Justin. Have you ever started succeeding at something, and you notice that you have a lot more haters now than you had when you started, right? Because people
I got plenty now.
Well, success usually annoys people, all right, who need to be liked. Because at the end of the day, for some reason or other, they don't like you. Or bottom line is that if you take your status down because somebody doesn't like you, or if 1 minute somebody likes you, and the next minute somebody has a different idea, they don't like you. For example, like, all right, Justin, do I look good in this hat?
Yeah.
All right. But somebody says, I don't look good in this hat, so I got to take it off, right? So now when I'm around, I'm going to take my hat off. But then when I get around, you're going to say, Jeff, Kwiz, what's going on, man? Put that hat back on, man. You look like,
Put
all
that
right,
hat
my
back
hat back
on.
on, right? My hat back on. But she said she doesn't like me with the hat on, so I got to take it off, right? So in other words, I'm just confused. I'm never getting anywhere. I'm like a gerbil running around the wheel doing that stuff. You can't get anywhere like that. But the type of person you need to be is the type of person that needs to win. And this is the message I'm here to send people. I'm here to send people that are from the community, because the reason why I'm doing this black on black people in business, and again, no, it's not a crime. It's not a black on black crime to encourage for a black person to encourage another black person to go into business. Say this is because of this. Because listen, you can change your life. You can change your circumstances. It's going to take fortitude. It's going to take a little bit of drive. It's going to take a little bit of passion. It's going to take a little bit of commitment. But it can be done. It can be done. We can employ people in the communities and make a difference and impact them. We don't have to be complacent. Tons of people go into business for themselves, and tons of people fail. It's okay to fail sometime. Because if I didn't fail, then I wouldn't have found my path to success. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to you, Justin. That's the reason why I'm doing this program, because there's somebody out there right now who's looking at you, Justin. Junior CEO of Kwizmatix, Inc. You were stocking shelves when I met you, right? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
And you're a junior CEO right now. You go on campus, you dress sharp, you have business to attend to, you're conducting business meetings while you're going to class. This gentleman, little do you know, wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning to attend my business meetings, and I put every ounce of effort into towards helping this young man. Do I not, Justin?
You do. And I want to thank you for that.
Why do you think I do that? Why do you think I do that, Justin?
Because you enjoy seeing other people succeed. You enjoy helping other people.
Because, Justin, I was once your age, and I was just like you. And nobody encouraged me. Nobody encouraged me to do what I wanted to do. Nobody encouraged me to go out there and become a business leader. Nobody encouraged me to go out there and run my own business. They always told me, just like Rich Dad Poor Dad, that you need to go out there and get a job and work for somebody else. Well, check it out. Let me just show you something, all right? They said that you had to go get a job and work for somebody else. Or, in my community, what I saw is that you had to play athletics. So you're going to try to be Michael Jordan or something like that, right? Or you're going to hustle drugs. Am I correct? Am I
You're
correct,
correct.
Justin? All right,
You are.
I can't speak for communities I don't come from, but I can tell you about what the communities that I come from, and I can probably speak pretty fairly well about the communities that you come from. So we know the conditions that exist in our communities, and why are they that way? Why are they? Why are they that way? Because we learn about entertainers. I can tell you everything about French Montana. All right, and everybody knows Magic Johnson, right?
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question, Justin. Do you know who Bob Johnson is?
Who?
Bob Johnson.
No, I haven't heard of him.
All right. Well, it's something that you should know. Let me ask you a question. You ever look at BET?
Yeah. All
I'm
the
sure you
time.
watch 106 in Park.
Of course.
Now, who's responsible for that program, if you don't mind me asking, Justin?
Um, I can't even answer that.
Listen, Justin, as a young CEO, this is the reason why I'm hosting a program like Black on Black Business. All right? So let's talk a little about somebody that fits the profile of what I'm talking about. See, because we can talk about all these other entertainers, but we can't talk about a person who's actually a billionaire. All right? A billionaire. Very successful in business. That's right. Bob Johnson. And most of you watch this program never even heard of him yourself. And why not? Because the media shows you everything negative that's going on in the community, but they don't show you anything positive going on. They never show you a positive image of somebody, all right, who comes from a neighborhood, who's worked their way up, who's educated, who's successful, and holds their head high, and does wonderful things in the community, and hires hundreds of people. Not only is the owner of BET, he also owns a stake with the Shaw Bobcats.
Wow.
Right? Yes.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. I didn't say a millionaire, Justin. I said a billionaire.
Wow.
You have a computer in front of you, Justin?
Yeah, I do.
All right, look up Bob Johnson real quick. But
Okay.
before you get into Bob Johnson, let me ask you a question, Justin.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it back. You know who Oprah Winfrey is, right?
Yeah, I know Oprah.
All right, now she's a black woman. She's a business owner, right?
Yeah.
All right, and she's a communications icon. She owns her own network, right?
Yeah.
And she's a positive influence out there to females, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you about, do you know about Madam C.J. Walker?
Yeah, I heard of the name. Yeah.
All right, well, what do you know about Madam C.J. Walker, Justin?
Why you gotta put me on the spot like that?
That's what I do. You already know. You've been in enough meetings of mine to know that I throw people on the spot. That's what I do. That's part of being part of Kwizmatix. All right, well, listen. Let me share with you about Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker sold hair care products when it wasn't fashionable. She didn't sell hair care products for people. She sold hair care products for people of color. You see women with the beautiful perms, things like that. See the sisters looking good with the perm because you know. When you look at society, they tell you if your hair is nappy that you're not pretty. And people have not good self-images of themselves based off of society's depiction of what they are. Not what they could be or who they truly are. Not to let them know that they're a goddess or the fact that they can actually be somebody like, you know, Queen Nefertiti and things of this nature. You know, and encourage them the images of that. And I grew up in a community in the 80s where the crack epidemic took over and kids didn't have parents and, you know, a lot of kids get arrested and went to jail and we don't produce drugs in our community, but I'll tell you what, you can definitely find them in every community for the most part. And every entertainer, it seems like, comes from my community, seems to idolize them or fashion themselves after those people. But before all this stuff became fashionable, there was a woman by the name of Madam C.J. Walker who came out of the South. And guess what? She started a company selling hair care products. And let me tell you about Madam C.J. Walker, because I promise you Oprah Winfrey knows who she is. She happens to be the first black millionaire in this country.
First black man?
I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
All right, now I just told you about the first black billionaire in Bob Johnson, and now I just told you about the first black millionaire. But what I didn't tell you about the first black millionaire is that she's also the first female millionaire in this country. So I promise you Oprah Winfrey knows about her. Now, I bet you didn't know that, did you, Justin?
No, I didn't.
All right, now a lot of people looking at home and they're trying to figure out the reason why is Kwizmatix Presents doing a program called Black on Black Business. Again, it is not a black on black crime to encourage black people to go into business. program needs to go down because there's somebody out there looking at this who does not understand this message. There's a kid out there who's looking for inspiration, and maybe you're that inspiration that they're looking for, Justin.
I hope so.
All right. And Justin, once upon a time, you were doing some things, and I made you a junior CEO. And you know the reason why? Because you proved to me, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you look towards me for inspiration. And the least I could do is give you every ounce of inspiration that you need. That's the reason why sometimes when I have a meeting with you, sometimes I want to meet with you and talk to you for 10 minutes, Justin. Just 10 minutes of your time. I'll say, all right, I'm going to talk to Justin for 10 minutes. And then you ask the right question. And I have to take another 15 minutes just to answer that question because I don't want you to have part of the information. I want you to have the full picture, the full puzzle. You understand what I'm saying? You understand where I'm coming from, young brother?
Yes, I understand.
All right. And then sometimes, now I said I'm only talking to Justin for 10 minutes, but now I just done finished making a whole next 15 minutes for him, so now I got a half hour. All right. And then I realized that maybe that's just incomplete. Maybe we need to take another hour with Justin just to make sure that he's correct and make sure he's corrected, and make sure he's got himself together. And I say, all right, Justin, when you're going to do this part of things, you know, man, make sure you look sharp. All right? Because somebody out there thinks that they think that every person in the ghetto walks around with their pants hanging behind. And even if they do, doesn't mean anything because there's tons of entrepreneurs out there who walk around like that too. Russell Simmons is the first person who made it fashionable to do business wearing sneakers and baseball caps. All right? And we used to have to put on, you know, suits and ties and things like that. And I'm wearing a Nike t-shirt with a blazer. And I'm conducting business. So listen, that's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to inspire somebody. I'm here to uplift them. I'm here to let a person out there who's looking, who may be considering what do I need to do for business to take myself to the next level, is yes, you can do it. Because I come from areas where people, well, actually, here's what I'm going to do, Justin. Let's finish talking about Bob Johnson. Did you look up Bob Johnson at all while we were having this conversation here?
Yeah, I have.
Tell me a little bit of something about Bob Johnson, because people at home need to hear this.
It says here he's the founder of BET, Black Entertainment Television. First billionaire, first billionaire, first African American billionaire. Part owner of the NBA team Bobcats. He invested in political causes and campaigns, and also a film company. Wow. Oh, and he has he started his own companies known as RLJ, which is a holding company and a management firm. Wow. Okay.
Well, Justin, I'm impressed.
Hold on. One more thing.
All right, there's more?
Yeah. There's some more. He has companies in financial services, real estate, hospitality, professional sports, film production, automotive, and gaming industry. Wow.
Now that sounds like a pretty successful person to me. And if I'm not mistaken, all right, business doesn't come in a shade of black, white, or yellow. Business comes in Again, this is what's important for people to know, because there's somebody out there who does not believe that they have much more of a future, because when I was a kid, I wrote once in my rap song, I said, over 25 and I'm black, and that's really news. Because all of my friends I saw were getting locked up, going to jail, all right? And some of them were dying, getting murdered. And I'm not sure what some of the friends that are at your young age that you've seen happen. One of my best friends got shot in his back for a sheepskin coat.
Wow.
All right? I've seen too many atrocities happen, and I think a lot of the reasons because a lot of young people do not realize that, yes, just because you come from a bad environment does not mean that you have to become a victim of your circumstances. You could become a victor of your circumstances if you apply yourself in that fortitude. So that's the reason why I'm doing this program today. And I also want to let you know something, because while you're looking at me as a wonderful example, Justin, and this is why I want to really plateau this programming out. In order for me to start Kwizmatix Inc., I needed to find the correct way to build a business model for my business. And I found it because I found another successful entrepreneur out there who had a wonderful, beautiful mission statement for his company that actually reflected some thoughts that I had when I was a 14-year-old kid. And this gentleman is a gentleman by the name of Dwayne M. Golden. And Dwayne M. Golden's mission statement was, first of all, he founded his company in Colombia. He served the Latin-speaking communities, all right, first. And his products were in such high demand, they actually came to the United States. We've only been here for about a year, so a lot of people don't know about this company. But let me tell you something. They're the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It doesn't make a difference who you are, what background you come from. The products work. And he actually shows you himself for 30 days how to build a sustainable and durable business from scratch. And I went to a school that's renowned for their school of business in this country, Howard University. Spent $8,000 a semester to go there, and I can promise you that you can't find the information I'm finding with this company there. And I built my company, Kwizmatix Inc., on this company, Justin, whether you know that or not.
Yeah, it's the same way, because right now, you know, I'm studying business management in college, and as I was going through the blueprint, trust me, I had found so much valuable information that I had not yet learned in school.
All right. But the person at home does not know this man's mission statement, Justin. I'm trying to tell him right now. Dwayne M. Golden's mission statement was to take a person from a community that was economically deprived, in a country that may have economic issues as well, all right, and teach them how to use the internet as a tool to make money for themselves so they can invest in themselves, invest in their businesses, and invest in the businesses of their dreams. So they can go out into their communities and build the businesses that service their communities and the people of that community. So they can teach the people of that community that they can actually do the same thing and invest in those businesses themselves and uplift their communities economically. Now, if that's what it is. So again, I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 3 times, I'm going to say it for the 4th time. Stop the presses. No, it is not a black-on-black crime for a black person to encourage another black person to go into business. And that's the reason.
It's not. No.
Somebody out here needed to hear that. Somebody out here needed to hear that. And I found that with Dwayne M. Golden winning Gresso Salmonetico, and it's one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. And I'm proud of you, Justin, because I know that you're going to have a bright and promising future. And if you don't have a bright and promising future with anywhere else, you're definitely going to have a bright and promising future here with Kwizmatix Inc. And yes, you're watching this right now at home and understand that we are in a process of changing and transforming and transcending. And if you're sitting at home and you feel empowered, then trust me, you can get with Justin Patterson, you can get with myself, Kamal J. Pryor, a.k.a. Kwiz of Kwizmatix Inc., Think Kwiz Entertainment, and you can transform your life and you can help somebody transform theirs as well. That's why we're talking about this. That's why we're here, and that's what we're doing. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Because I refuse to sit around and watch another young person with tons of potential waste their time. I met this guy, it was at Burger King, and I said, well, how long have you been working here, brother? He said he's been working here for 5 years. And I'm trying to figure out why he's mopping floors and why he's not in a management position. Now, I'm going to share something with you, Justin. You're in business management. You can become a manager by mopping floors at McDonald's. They'll give you a management position. So what I want you to do is I want you to become an entrepreneur, Justin. I want you to become an entrepreneur. I want you to become a business owner. And I want you to become successful. Because when you do that, it sets the tone, it sets an expectation for somebody in your community to do the same. Now, if you're listening to this program at home, please understand Justin Patterson has a bright and promising future. You probably never heard me say that before, Justin, but trust me, you're going places in life. And I'm not going to allow you to become a victim of your environment. I'm going to make you a victor of your environment. And we're going to save a lot of people just because we're going to empower people to go out there and you don't have to run out for a loan. You can go out there and get it on your own. That's what I'm here to say. So if you want to find out more about my movement, feel free to come to www.kwizmatixink.com. And yes, we're only just getting started. This is a series, Black on Black Business. And if you think that Bob Johnson was successful, if you think that Madam C.J. Walker was interested for you to know, find out who I'm talking about next week on the program. That's right. I might even bring a special invited guest on because that's what it's all about. Now let me ask you a question, Justin. Do you think that's positive?
Of course, yes, I do think that's positive.
Do you think this is a message that's needed in our community?
Yes, I think I need a lot of people need to hear about it, honestly. A lot of people.
I feel like
Because
since you're
I can walk around some neighborhoods right now, and I can see just total shame and just lost. A lot of people are lost, and they don't know what to do. Especially people who can't get jobs.
right.
A lot of people can't get jobs because of they've been a victim of their circumstances, such as they went to jail before, have too many tattoos, and this holds them down in the job market. Because if you go get a job, they don't want to hire you. They don't want you because they believe you're intimidating. It's sad to hear.
Well, the bottom line is that we can change, we can transcend our situation. You can become a business owner, and you can dress whatever way that you want to dress. But the bottom line is that you're gonna have to have an attitude to succeed. So go on my website, www.kwizmatixink.com, and I have free motivation there for you. Just go on the winner's circle. Look at the article. Check out those videos. Make a decision. Make a decision. Because most people with half a shred of intelligence are going to make a decision that's going to benefit them. Because either you're going to, all right, make your own dreams a reality, or you're going to make somebody else's dream a reality. Period. And that's the reason why it's something that you should consider. So, Justin, we're going to conclude on this note because I've already gone over the time that I actually really scheduled to have this program. But you know what? It's valuable. And that's the reason why I don't mind doing it. And just like I don't mind spending extra time with you.
Yes.
So, on that note, I think I'm going to conclude the conversation.
Thank you for having me, Kwiz.
Because I want you to get back to those books, Justin. You have a lot of studying. You have class tomorrow, Justin?
Yes.
Absolutely. And you're going to go
No, thank you. I don't. Today's a Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. Well, I do have business to take care of.
You have tons of business because I keep you
That never stops.
I always keep you with coursework. So thank you for your time. If you're watching at home, again, my name's Kamal J. Pryor. This is my junior CEO, Justin Patterson. Get with him or get with me or find out more about our movement. Feel free to visit either of us at that website I gave you, and you can leave information in the capture page. If you know a young person needs inspiration, have them come and look at my YouTube channel. Have them watch my next episode of Black on Black Business. I'll talk about some more positive things. Positive things. All right, thank you for your time. You have a fantastic evening, and we're out of here. Kwiz to the Kwizmatix.
Take care.